Hey there, everyone. My name is Sam Abbott. I am the president and co-founder of Savage Race, and I put together a little presentation for you today to explain how my company, Savage Race, produced a safe endurance running event in 2020. So this is an overview of Savage Race, Illinois, which was held at Richardson Adventure Farm in Spring Grove, Illinois on July 25th, 2020. Let's proceed. So we knew that we couldn't just start doing events again as business as usual. We've been doing events for 10 years, and in the past, we've always had very large crowds. We've had people bunched together at the start line, things like this, and we knew that we couldn't produce events in this manner. So we decided that we needed to develop a new standard for event safety that would apply to obstacle course racing. So our goal was to get the kind of feedback that I'm showing here. This participant who just ran a recent event, Alex Kraus, said that the event was so thought out with this social distancing that it was insane. If we could only have this kind of detail throughout the entire country, we would all be a lot safer and healthier. Savage Race killed it today. So we accomplished our goal in Illinois with a very safe event, and I'm going to show you more about that right now. So what did we do? This presentation isn't going to get into the nitty-gritty of every little detail, but I can certainly share that with you. If you email me, I can send you our 20-page protocol that we put together. But I'm going to show you some of the highlights. So when you're entering the event, there's a medical screening for every attendee. Everybody's got to get checked by a medical professional. We also require masks in the venue for safety. And one of the most important things that we had was a controlled capacity throughput. In Illinois, we let 25 people start every 5 minutes, and this kept all of our participants coming at a steady pace throughout the day. We didn't have everyone there at the same time. Very important. We did not allow spectators at this event because spectators tend to congregate and create crowds, and that was something we wanted to avoid. And oh yeah, we had hand sanitizer everywhere. You couldn't walk around without bumping into it. There's a picture of our hand sanitizer stand right there. A few other things. Our event is 100% outdoors. That's safer. A Japanese study came out recently that said you were actually 19 times more likely to catch coronavirus indoors than outdoors. So you can see it was a bright sunny day outside the whole time. Our athletes are younger people, they're healthier, they're in a lower risk category than the general American population. On top of that, if anyone who didn't want to come, if they felt uncomfortable for any way, despite our safety protocol, we had a very flexible transfer policy. All they had to do was contact us, we'd move them to another event, we'd give them a credit for the future. We're very easy with that. So, it's one thing for me to tell you about the safety protocol, but it's sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words. So I want to show you some of these photos from our event, just a couple. This is a picture of our screening as people came in. Event Medics, who's our medical contractor, had trained medical professionals on staff to check people's temperature, ask them a screening questionnaire, and basically just looking for symptoms, signs and symptoms that would indicate that someone might have coronavirus. If they did, they would. We didn't have anyone that did, but if they had failed the test, they would be asked not to come in and given a transfer to a future event. Here's a photo inside our festival area. As you can see, our athletes here demonstrating the use of a hand sanitizer stand. This picture kind of shows is about as crowded as it got the whole day. This was probably, if you want to use the word, most crowded, this is the most crowded it ever got. And as you can see, it looks pretty safe, probably safer than a grocery store or some other places you've been. We had signage all over the venue reminding people of our safety practices. Here's a demonstration of someone at the finish line. We had a plastic barrier separating the volunteers, the masked up volunteers from the athletes. So any transaction areas kind of looked like this. In this picture, they're actually handing out some kind bars, which is one of our sponsors, and they're also giving a mask at the finish line in case a mask was lost on course. The participants would have easy access to one as they re-entered the event area. This picture was taken at 10:30 in the morning, and it kind of shows you what our event looks like at peak capacity. So yeah, this is peak capacity. So I'd like for anyone watching to compare this to what it might look like in your local grocery store or bank or any other business, restaurant that you might have gone into lately. Not saying that they're doing anything wrong, but I'm just kind of driving the point home that this is a safe environment. This is the most crowded, for the most part, it got at our events, with limited exceptions. And I think that this is a very safe situation. We're getting into some course photos. Just included this picture so you can kind of see what the please wait here signs looked like at the obstacles. We put these out just in case lines formed at the obstacles, but they rarely did, if at all. This was sort of the common scene, as you can see here. This was in front of our Colossus obstacle. Again, we're looking at the back sides of those same signs, and you can see how people space themselves waiting to get on this obstacle. Another young lady on one of our obstacles near the finish line. As you can see, no lines behind her there. You know, if you're interested in seeing more photos, we have hundreds more on our Facebook page. Go take a look at that. Make sure you're looking at the photos of the Illinois event so you can kind of see how that was. Let's take a look at participant safety survey results. So we sent a survey out to all of our participants 14 days after the event. The idea there was to, in case anyone did want to report symptoms of catching coronavirus at our event, we wanted to make sure that there was time for that to develop and become apparent. So 14 days, they should have known by then if they had any issues or not. So we sent out a survey 14 days after the event. Let's take a look at the results. First question, how satisfied were you with Savage Race's safety measures with respect to COVID-19? Key takeaway here, as you can see from the chart, attendees were very satisfied with the safety measures. See that big long green bar? That's very satisfied. This blue one's satisfied. There was no one who was dissatisfied. Next question. How safe did you feel at the event with respect to Savage Race's COVID-19 safety measures? 96% of people felt extremely safe or very safe. There was no one who did not feel safe, according to the respondents. How did Savage Race's COVID-19 safety measures compare to other businesses you have recently visited? Key takeaway here, while there were 2 people who said worse, everyone else said better or about the same. Most attendees considered our safety measures better than other businesses they had attended recently. And here's the big one. Did you test positive for COVID-19 after attending this event? None of our respondents tested positive for COVID-19. That's very good news. Gives me a lot of hope for the rest of our season. This is not really directly a COVID-19 measure, but it is just to show you how did our customers feel about this event? And we use Net Promoter Score question. Net Promoter Score gauges the loyalty of customer relationships. And 88 is one of the best scores we've ever had for an event. It might be the best score we've ever had for an event. Just to give you an idea, top brands like Netflix, usually around a 68, Starbucks 77, and 88 is a knock it out of the park score. So I'm not sure if we've ever scored this high on an event. People were very happy, may I say surprised. I think we exceeded expectations with 1, the quality of the event and that it was just as fun as ever, but 2, the safety of the event. It was all there. Not going to read through all these, but lots of good reviews. If you want to go read them for yourself, check our Instagram, check our Savage Syndicate Facebook group. People loved our event. Thank you for the long hours, hand-wringing, and creative problem solving that went into making today happen. You've got a quality organization and team. Massive shout out to the race for putting on an amazing and extremely safe event. You can pause and keep reading on if you'd like, but I'm going to move on. We've got 5 events left this year. We are committed to making them happen. We're going to follow this same safety plan in all of these locations. We're calling on local authorities, venue owners, participants to get behind us on this. You know, it's time for people to get out and race. We're going to make sure it's safe. We promise you that. just don't block us. You know, we're doing things the right way, and we want to work. We want to get you events. So come out to one of these 5 events, please. And I'm going to end this up with a promise to everyone. This goes out to my athletes, my venues, local government sponsors, my staff at the HQ team, and all other stakeholders. Stick with us. I promise that we will not sacrifice safety or quality as we pursue this path forward. As always, I promise you the best OCR experience, that's obstacle course racing experience, available on the market. We will not let you down. Stay vigilant, keep your head up, and don't stop training. With that, I'm going to wrap it up. If you have any questions, email me, sam@savagerace.com. I can send you our entire safety protocol if you're interested. If you're an industry player, ask for it there. And that's it, folks. See you at the races.